Hey everyone, Ron Gasparo here, and in this video today I want to talk to you about the whole idea of mistakes and the mistakes that happen in our lives and the mistakes that we make in our lives. Because let's face it, mistakes are part of our lives. We're always making mistakes, whether they're small insignificant mistakes or bigger, more important mistakes that affect our career, our relationships, our business, our job. We're always making mistakes in our lives. So how do we move forward and move past those mistakes? Because what I find so often when we make those mistakes in our lives, they anchor us down. We stop. We don't continue to move forward. We don't continue to pursue our goals or go after our dreams or even live our lives. We let those mistakes stop us. So how do we move past this? How do we move forward from that? Well, I have 3 ideas about this that I'd like to share with you today. And the first idea is, it's very important, that when you make a mistake, be okay. Be okay with the idea of feeling the negative emotion. Feel the anger, feel the anxiety, feel the depression, if you will, feeling down a little bit. Feel pissed off. Let that flow, let that come out, because it's natural. Those negative emotions when you make a mistake are natural because things didn't turn out the way you had planned, the way you'd wanted, the way things in your head should have turned out. So be okay with feeling those negative emotions. They're natural. Don't bury them. Let them surface, let them come out. Go for a walk, scream at the sky, do whatever you have to do, and just sort of let that out. But here's the thing. Don't stay in those negative emotions. Don't go for days and weeks and months lingering in the negative feeling of the mistake. Here's the thing you have to do. Start asking yourself, what positive thing, what positive idea, what positive opportunity can I take from that mistake? What positive thing is resurrecting itself coming up from that mistake that I see, that I can move forward with? Because realize that every mistake in your life, every mistake, every obstacle is an opportunity to learn and grow. Now this sounds pretty basic, but the most successful people in the world know this. The most successful people in the world see a mistake that they've made, and most of them are making many mistakes, because if you're not making mistakes, you're not in the game. If you're not making mistakes, you're on the sidelines watching. You want to be in the game, and being in the game entails making mistakes. It's just going to happen. So be okay with making those mistakes, but say to yourself, okay, I made the mistake. What can I learn from this? What positive thing, positive opportunity can I see from this? When you start making that switch in your head and you start training yourself, and that's a concept, you start training yourself and looking for the positive thing in that mistake, everything switches in your life. You're going to start being okay with making mistakes because you're going to see them as opportunities or learning potentials, if you will, to move forward with your life. So be okay with those mistakes. Feel the negative emotion, but look for the positive aspects or the positive opportunities that are glowing from that mistake and move forward. The second idea is, and sort of follows from this, is don't linger there and beat up on yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for that mistake. You made a mistake. You screwed up. Here's an adage I've been living with for many years now, and I learned this many years ago. And that is everybody, yourself and somebody else, and by the way, this is for somebody else who made this mistake. This pertains to them as well. Realize that at every moment in your life, you're doing the best you can from your own level of awareness, from your own level of consciousness, if you will. You're doing the best you can from what you know. So when you made that mistake, you were just doing the best you knew how to do. So don't continue to beat up on yourself. Forgive yourself. Let that go. Realize that moment in time, the resources I had, the knowledge I had, the insight I had, I made the best decision. I did the best I could with what I knew. Live with that adage that I'm doing the best I can from my level of awareness, my level of consciousness, what I know right now. When you live from that space, forgiveness almost becomes a moot point because there really is nothing to forgive. So live with that. Forgive yourself. Let it go. Be okay with the understanding that, listen, I made the mistake, yeah, but I did it from the point and the awareness of what I knew at that particular point in time. I see this so often with parents where they may make a mistake with their children as they were growing up and they beat up on themselves for what they did or they didn't do. But realizing that, okay, at that particular point in time, as a parent, that's all you really knew what to do. That you were coming from your best space. So forgive yourself. Let that be the adage that you live with moving forward. I'm doing the best I can from my own level of awareness. So when you make a mistake, realize, okay, that's it. I did the best I could. I'm going to let that go and move forward. And the third idea in this whole idea of moving forward from your mistakes is moving forward. Because again, so often in our lives, we anchor ourselves down and we get trapped in that grounded space, and we don't continue to take the action steps that are necessary to get the momentum going again. We stay there. So this whole idea of making a mistake is not to linger in it and not to wail in it over months and years, because I know so many people, when they make a mistake, they're still talking about it months and years later. Move on, because you're living in the old energy. There's new energy to move forward into. There's new opportunity. There's new growth. Move forward from there. Don't linger in the past. Move on from that mistake. Don't let that mistake be a negative calling card in your life, if you will. Because again, so many people do that. They live in that world of that mistake for so often, particularly if it's a big mistake. If it's something in a relationship that has a long-term, but they believe lingering effect, or maybe it was a big financial loss in a business. And I've seen that many times in my business career, and so many people had big losses in their life, and they beat themselves up for making this decision that cost them a lot of money. Don't linger there. Learn from it and move forward, because there's always, it's the old adage and it's a cliche, but there's always another door to be open. There's always another door to walk through. There's more opportunity right there in front of you. When you focus on that, you're going to see the opportunity, and you're going to be excited about the opportunity. You're going to be enthusiastic about the opportunity. So move forward into that. Don't keep looking at the past and lingering in that mistake that you made in the past. Move forward. So I hope this video helped you a little bit, and next time you have this idea in your life where you made this mistake and you don't know what to do and you don't know how to move forward, be okay with feeling the negative emotion, but find and ask yourself, what positive thing can I take from this mistake? Forgive yourself, recognizing you did the best you can from that level of awareness at that point in time, and move forward. Move forward, look at the positive, look at the opportunity that's coming to you, that's out there in the horizon, and move forward from that and leave that mistake behind you. Learn from it, grow from it, but leave that negative energy behind you. So again, I hope that served you. I hope you took a little bit from this. Until next time, I invite you to go out there every single day of your life and live your true and your best self with a loving heart and an open mind and a joyous spirit.